Hello everyone, it's great to see you again. Welcome to Chapter 5, Section 5 of the online video course Chinese Traditional Culture and Spiritual Healing. My name is James, a teacher at Guangdong University of Foreign Studies.
Professor, what does it feel like to embrace the greatest happiness in life?
Zhuangzi said, in Perfect Enjoyment, from a secular perspective, to have wealth, longevity, ease, delicacies, and sensuality is to have joys. Otherwise, people will feel painful. Zhuangzi didn't think so. He believed earthly joy is not true joy, and that the greatest joy lies in no joy. Why did Zhuangzi hold that earthly joy is not true joy? First of all, earthly joy is a kind of flustered joy brought by external things that are not physically connected with us. As said by Zhuangzi in Correcting the Nature, sources of happiness upheld by secular people, namely fame, gain, riches, and honor, are not the possession of human life, but external things, not physically connected with us. They just bored at us for a period of time. Their coming and going is not controlled by us. No one can decide the enjoyment and maintenance of worldly pleasures. When we have them, we feel joyous. But once we lose them, we feel painful. Moreover, even when we have them, we are always worried that we will lose those pleasures brought by external things. Therefore, these worldly pleasures are nothing but impermanent and flustered pleasures. That's why ancient Chinese always lamented that men's life is like boarding in this world. And Su Dongpo exclaimed, "How do I hope to possess my body permanently?" Secondly, worldly pleasures may harm man's life. In Letting Be and Exercising Forbearance, Zhuangzi said, when a person is overjoyed, there is strong yang energy and declined yin energy in his body. Only when yin energy and yang energy are balanced can a person be healthy and disease-free. Improved yang energy and declined yin energy brought by worldly pleasures can cause damage to the body. Traditional Chinese medicine has always believed emotions cause illness. Namely, joy affects the heart, anger affects the liver, thinking affects the spleen, grief affects the lung, fear affects the kidney. It upholds that the heart governs the mind and controls mental activities. Excessive joy will damage the heart, lead to distractions, attack of the heart by pathogen, thus resulting in insomnia, forgetfulness, palpitations, and even angina or myocardial infarction. Fan Jin, passing the imperial exam described in Informal History for Academia, is a typical damage to the heart caused by ecstasy. Therefore, Zhuangzi proposed greatest joy, characterized by no joy. No joy is a kind of void quietness, featuring not affected by pleasure, anger, sorrow, and joy. Void quietness is a spiritual realm most advocated by Taoism, which means peace, emptiness, and calmness. If a device is used to monitor the brainwaves of a man in a void and quiet state, the brainwave should be in a low-frequency state, which means the man is deeply relaxed, physically and mentally. Lao Tzu proposed to reach the extreme of voidness and keep assured quietness. Zhuangzi also advocated to maintain calm and quiet, as nothing in the world can disturb me. Taoists believe that if our soul is void, we will not be blinded by desires or disturbed by chaotic thoughts. Then our mind is quiet. As said by Zhuangzi, when we remain stable and unchanged, quietness arrives. Being quiet is a kind of emotional stability. Void emptiness is not dead silence and obstruction of the soul, but fullness and abundance of the soul. As The Way of Heaven describes, empty is static, static is moving, and moving is gain. The empty and quiet mind contains philosophical vitality. As we discussed before, there is a saying in Zhuangzi, "The empty chamber is where brightness is born." When we disperse desires and thoughts that disturb the soul, infinite brightness will appear in our mind, which is like the sun shining into a clean, empty house. Empty does not imply dull or boring, but plainness after experiencing extremely gorgeous moments, and simplicity after extreme beauty. In The Normal Course for Rulers and Kings of Zhuangzi, there is a view that the heart of people with extremely high mortality and wisdom is like a mirror, on which there is no traces of objects it has, is, or will reflect. The heart of saints is like a mirror. It faces to the ups and downs of life, accepts gains, losses, favor, and humiliation with an empty state of mind, and responds to the ever-changing world with emptiness and calmness. This is like the description in Tending the Roots of Wisdom. The wind comes and make bamboos sparse. The wind passes, but bamboos do not retain its sound. Geese fly above a cold lake, but the lake does not retain the shadow of geese. Therefore, gentlemen deal with things when they come, and embrace an empty heart when things are done. Not disturbed by prosperity or adversity, I witness the blossom and wither of flowers. Not minding staying or leaving, I watched the scudding and clearing of clouds. The above scenes imply the impermanence of life. Saints can embrace such impermanence calmly, cope with favorable or adverse circumstances unperturbed, and not feel exhausted. Not feeling joyous or afraid, even if thrown into waves, described by poet Tao Yunming, and returned home leisurely no matter it was windy, rainy, or sunny, described by poet Su Shi, are all the state of void and quiet. As said by famous scholar Zhou Guoping, the best state of life is being rich but quiet. We embrace quietness after getting rid of temptations of fame and wealth, and embrace richness because we have treasures in the spiritual world. Isn't this best state of life similar to the greatest joy is no joy, advocated by Zhuangzi?
We've now reached the end of section 5 of chapter 5. Before we finish, I have some questions for you to think about. You can see them on the screen now. Please pause the video to think about them and continue when ready. 1. Do you agree that earthly joy is not true joy? Why? 2. Is it possible to enjoy worldly pleasures without harming our life? 3. Do you agree that the greatest joy is characterized by no joy? 4. In what ways are Laozi's and Zhuangzi's viewpoints similar and different? 5. Do you try to find opportunities to experience emptiness in your daily life? If so, how? Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.